my name is Ding Junqiao. My ID number is MBAF210869194, and today about my final project presentation is about challenges facing operational of small and medium-sized business in China. And first part is about introduction, a statement of the problem. The first is expansion of China's small and medium-sized business in recent years has been nothing short of astonishing, and SMEs have emerged as a significant driving force in country's efforts to advance economic growth. The second is small SMEs. Internships in China are confronted in a number of obstacles, all of which need to be solved in order to further encourage the growth of SMEs in China. The third is the study will investigate the primary issues that SMEs in China face and will make recommendations for potential solution. The second part is research hypotheses and objectives. The main objective is to determine the challenges facing operation of SMEs in China, to determine how limited access to capital affects SMEs in China. There are a significant efforts to limited access to capital affects SMEs in China. The second is to determine how high competition affects SMEs in China. There are significant effort of high competition affects SMEs in China. The third is to determine how tough countries' regulations affects SMEs in China. There is a significant effort of tough countries' regulations affects SMEs in China. The last one is to investigate the impact of lack of skilled labor of SMEs in China. There is a significant effort of lack of skilled labor on SMEs in China. Here are 4 research questions. Is there a significant effort of limited access to capital affects SMEs in China? Is there a significant effort of high competition affects SMEs in China? Is there a significant effort of tough countries' regulations affects SMEs in China? Is there a significant effort of lack of skilled labor in SMEs in China? The next part is literature review. Here is about impact of how limited access to capital affects SMEs in China. The first is capital assets refers to capacity to receive capital to finance its operations and expand its activities. According to Chow, 2022, the expansion can lead to increased sales and profitability, which can lead to even further expansion. Furthermore, if a company needs to repair or replace its equipment, cash can help cover the expenditures. According to Hausen and Mbhem 2020, the effects that restricted access to financing has had on China's small and medium companies in recent years have been extensively studied and recorded. Here is the impact of high competition affects SMEs in China. Competition was found to be a significant determinant of profitable of small and medium-sized internships in China. In addition, discovered that Although there was not a significant impact on total sales of SMEs when compared to their regional peers, SMEs in high competition industrials experienced significant lower profits and were more likely to go bankrupt. The influence that intense competition has on China's small and medium business has emerged as an increasingly contentious issue over the past few years. The primary main function of the effect of high levels of competition have on development of SMEs is a slowing down of the development. And the next is about the impact of effect of tough countries' regulations affects SMEs in China. The SMEs are particularly vulnerable since regulations that are necessary for business to operate in China are continually changing and developing. And they may not have the resources necessary to keep up with the most recent actions. Small SMEs are particularly vulnerable since the regulations there are necessary for businesses and operate in China are continually changing and developing. They may not have the resources necessary to keep up with the most recent arrangements. The Chinese government has been enforced strong environmental regulations, labor laws, and safety equipment in recent years. It may be difficult for small and medium-sized business to keep up with the continuously shifting rules, which may result in increasing costs associated with compliance. This is about the impact of lack skilled labor in SMEs in China. One of the advantages of employing skilled workers in an organization is the possibility that the business output, be it good or service, could be a higher quality as a result of their contributions. According to Nick and Chen Han, one other advantage of skilled labor is that it can assist an organization become more efficient, which is another one of its many benefits. The negative effects that a lack of trained labor has had on China's small and medium internship in recent years have emerged as an issue of growing significance in the country. The effect that there is a shortage of skilled workers is another fact that is haunting the profitability of SMEs in China. This is a theoretical framework, the research-based real theory. There are 5 points. The limited access to capital, high competition, tough countries' regulation, lack of skilled labor. This part is about research methodology. Research design was used of questionnaires posted online to target respondents. The research setting was the area of Shanghai, China. The population is about workers and senior managers of companies in Shanghai, China. The sampling is no probability, judgmental, and consensus sampling method was used. And the sampling criteria is about employer and senior officials in companies who are directly involved in promotion activities and living in Shanghai. The sample size include 216 respondents. The instrument of study is survey question, and the policy study is Bunch's ALPA method on SPSS. Then it's about data collection is online. The data analysis is static packages of social size, Excel. Then there is static analysis. About the static, this chart is showing the static, and the results of the study are shown in the table that can be accessed in the mentioned location. The research was carried out on a basis of an investigation into the average frequency of the item that were listed on the difficulties they are associated with the option of SMEs in China. All variables have reliability Cambridge Opera, which is about 2.7 and considered reliable data. There is discussion. Here are 4 discussions. The first is an online survey of 230 people was used to collect data for questionnaire items. An online survey of 230 people was used to collect data for the questionnaire items. A 230-person online survey was used to collect the information of questionnaire items. An online poll of 230 people was used to collect data and questionnaire items. Here is recommendations. When it comes to assessing capitals, compete with larger companies and adherent to regulations. Due to this, it may be a challenge for them to grow or even maintain their business. Last but not least, SMEs in China also encounter difficulties when it comes to following the rules. Here is my paper's reference. Thanks for your listening.